Holy living fuck, have you noticed aid to Ukraine has been held up, aid to Taiwan has been held up, aid to Israel has been held up. Holy shit, have you noticed? Perhaps, if you missed the Biden impeachment clown show, Lev fucking Parnas basically pointed out that there was Russians who were in bed with Republican members of Congress, such as Ron Johnson and Sessions. So it just so happens that the three countries that they're not passing aid to, holy shit, I can't believe I'm saying this, are the ones that are fucking funded by Putin. Putin funds Hamas. Putin funds I'm sorry, I'm so pissed off I can't even think right now. Putin is obviously funding them to hold up Ukraine. Putin is friends with fucking Xi Jinping. This is why Taiwan aid is being held up. It's because there's something going on with the Republicans and the Russians and the Chinese, and it's all coming to light. And I'm so glad it's all coming to light, because they thought that this hearing was actually going to help them in their situation against Joe Biden when there was absolutely no motherfucking proof whatsoever. And it's, oh my God, I'm just, when it's motherfucking revealed that there's Russians openly working with members of fucking Republican Congress. Why? Why in the motherfuck? Like, why? Why are our taxes paying? Why are our taxes paying these cocksuckers' salaries? That's what I need to know, because I'm about to pop a fucking vein in my head over this shit right now. Okay, I've had about a fucking enough with this whole we need to investigate the investigators bullshit just because they're investigating Trump. Number one, the investigators aren't the people on trial. I know it's this fucking stupid Roy Cohn tactic that was taught to make sure that you never have to face accountability. You know, just point the fingers at other people and be like, no, it's them, not me. And this bullshit happening not only with Vonnie Willis, because, oh no, two adults fucked anything but that, but now the House Republicans are seeking to undermine the testimony of the January 6th committee. And guess who's fucking doing it, of all people? Yeah, that's right. Barry fucking Loudermilk, the dude who's on tape giving tours of the tunnels right before January 6th. And I'm not making this shit up. You can fucking look it right up. Easily searchable. This shit's just starting to really come to a head, and it's pissing me off, because the closer that it gets to actually putting accountability towards either Trump or the Republicans for the fucking misdeeds that they've done, the gaslighting machine goes up to like fucking 10, and they have to make sure they're pointing the fingers at everybody else to make sure that they're not looking at them because the shit that they're doing. I mean, it's pretty fucking simple to figure out, because if there's just one thing the Fash can do, it's take accountability. I mean, fucking Stryker, the publicist of the Angriff, the Nazi newspaper that was a giant anti-Semitic rag in the 30s, held on to being a Nazi to the fucking end. He did a fucking Hitler salute, said Sieg Heil, and dropped to his death. Well, luckily, when they hung him, his neck didn't snap right away, so he got to do the St. Vitus jig for a bit. So, you know, I mean, it's not all that bad, I suppose. And that's not the reality the left has created. The fact is that you're scared of black people, you're scared of brown people, and you said the quiet part out loud, and you have to find a way to make sure to blame somebody else, because Lord knows you can't fucking take any kind of ownership for your words or your actions or your feelings, because it's always got to be somebody else's fault, because it's absolutely essential that you're consistently the victim, Charlie Kirk, and the rest of you fucking stupid white Christian nationalists, just for a bunch of alphas who look up to a strong man. Y'all are some whiny ass weak motherfuckers that can't take ownership for anything. Donald Trump's such a strong man, really? All he does is blame people for every problem in his life. That's why he knows that his ass is cooked when it comes to the courts. And I mean, with the loss that he just had with E. Jean Carroll, that's why he's trying to get this whole civil war thing to happen at the border, because he knows that, like, he is going to have to go to jail eventually. And he knows that the Dark Brandon economy is fucking pumping, and he has to try to wreck it. And how's he going to try to wreck it? With civil war. Because he knows that he can get enough of his treasonous fucking dipshits to ignore SCOTUS and go and live out their LARPing fantasies. And the funny thing about it is how they fucking love SCOTUS when they're oppressing women's rights, but they, you know, when they actually hand down a ruling that they don't like, they don't listen to it. It's really, I mean, it's typical white Christian nationalist fucking conservative ideals. You know, I'll follow the rules that I want to, and I won't follow the rules I don't want to. But by God, if there's anything that I agree with that oppresses the rights of others, I'm completely behind that. It's just the way that they fucking cherry pick the Bible, the way that they do the Constitution. I mean, are you really surprised? And the thing about this whole Texas Civil War, border talk bullshit is, like, all the pundits and shit, they push for it constantly, you know, like, always trying to encourage people to take up arms and go against the government. But you know what? They're not going to fucking take up arms and go against the government. They're going to sit right in front of a microphone, and they're going to keep raking in money while they sit there and convince the rubes that that's what they need to go do, so that they have some sort of purpose in their life, because they all want to act like there's some kind of, like, modern day Templar where they get to take the part of the New Testament that they enjoy, like being able to mix fabrics and eating shrimp. But then they get, like, blended in with an Old Testament part so that they can make sure that they get to carry out the whole smiting and wrath of God against anything evil, which is basically just an excuse for them to get to use their guns, because, you know, big gun fetishists, the fucking amosexuals, we know who you are. You're not clever. Another fucking thing. Have you seen the footage of the Patriot Front trying to get through turnstiles? It's absolutely fantastic. And the best part is how MAGA's always like, it's the feds, it's not us. No, I'm sorry, that's y'all. You're dumb, and you want to gaslight the world into thinking that your numbers are small. And it's not working. I'm sorry. It's not working. We know your playbook. I mean, sorry. But I am going to, however, point out the fact that the video was completely correct in capturing just how fucking stupid white Christian nationalists are. Like, if I'd have known that, I don't know, Jan 6 could have been prevented by turnstiles, I'm pretty sure that we'd have probably put a whole bunch of them in there. But, yeah, I digress. Sorry, they're not the feds. They're MAGA. And they're dumb. And another fucking thing, man. What's up with the Dark Brandon economy absolutely fucking booming right now? And MAGA still having to, like, deny that it exists. Like, the numbers are inflated. Okay, so you're telling me that the rest of the world that depends on those economic numbers to make their decisions, you know, just to fit your conspiracy theory that those numbers are fake, that's actually the truth. Do you understand how stupid you sound right now, MAGA? Do you understand how fucking dumb you sound? I mean, you sure had no problem blaming Biden when there was a damn near recession that got handed over from Trump to him. You know, you had no problem blaming him for those horrible numbers. gas was high, he had no problem blaming them, but everything's coming down and everything's looking great, and you're like, these numbers are fake. Or my favorite has been he's been right. He rode Trump's fumes. What he rode is fumes from a recession that caused by a pandemic. I'm sorry, that's not the fucking flex you think it is, people. And the thing about this whole border business is not only is it something to go ahead and stoke up the fucking bigots every single time, but then when the time comes that they have the chance to fix it, they won't because they know that they can campaign on it. And then they got to try to flip around and gaslight that that's not what they're doing.
Senator, is this deal dead effectively?
I hope so. It should be. If it's not dead yet, it should be dead. I mean, there is absolutely no reason to agree to policies that will just further enable Joe Biden.
I mean, right there it is. Josh Hawley just fucking said it 100%. Sometimes they say the quiet part out loud. At least Mitt Romney twisted the knife on the way out when he actually gave the game away. He's probably so fucking tired of being threatened by MAGA. And I don't know, I suppose anyone that is at the will and command of Trump at any given moment. So, yeah, he just twisted the knife because he knows he's going to be getting out. He don't give a fuck.
I think the border is a very important issue for Donald Trump. And the fact that he would communicate to Republican senators and congresspeople that he doesn't want us to solve the border problem because he wants to blame Biden for it is really appalling.
I mean, right there, quiet part out loud. He just gave their entire game away, and now they're freaking the fuck out because you can't put that toothpaste back in the tube.